Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching and Pro Wrestling Logic YouTube channels. Welcome to those of you who are new. Welcome back to the seasoned veterans of what we do around here. This is the Pro Wrestling Logic WCW Worldwide Series. January 12th, 1991 is this particular episode, and we've got more of these going up in the next little while. Tony Schiavone and Dirty Dutch Mantell, of all people, are your announcers for this particular week, and certainly Lex Luger and Mike Hart. I don't believe related to the Hart brothers out of Canada, but certainly not exactly a match worth writing home about. Actually, only one of them, well, two of the matches on this show are non-enhancement talent, so one-sided matches all the way around. Luger, I don't believe, has turned heel at this point. Still babyface. I think he turns heel in the summer of '91. So still wearing baby blue tights, and baby blues aren't usually reserved for heels. Luger manages a bunch of clotheslines and some suplexes, and ultimately kind of a rock back situation. Um, as it relates to the um, process here, uh, Luger manages to kind of get tied up along with a vertical suplex, kind of a fall back, dive back sort of thing, and Irish whip clothesline by Luger. Luger manages to do everything he possibly can to get things going his general way. Another suplex by Luger a few moments later, almost of the superplex version style is there. Confrontation between Brian Pillman and Dutch Mantell. Mantell says he wants to interview people, and it ends with a challenge to the Dutchman, and Mantell accepts. Tommy Angel and Bobby Eaton out here in the way we go. Bobby Eaton manages to hit a couple of shots along the way. Hard shot by Eaton, and sends Angel to the outside of the ring area. Um, and then we kind of see Bobby Eaton hitting a leg drop across the um, across the run of it. Ultimately, hard shots by Eaton, and ultimately kind of hooks up there. Um, and then we see the Alabama Jam by Eaton, and he gets a win. Tie-in of the New Horsemen, who promise they're going to put an end to gang-related violence. Basically, they say they're about to change things. Horsemen here in '91, not baby faces by any stretch of the imagination. I think they're kind of talking about doom with the gang violence thing. Anyway, Tim Horner, who's been around with a big hip toss and drop kick on Rip Rogers. Rogers has a couple of stints in WCW. This one here in early 1991. The first, I believe, I don't think he's there in 90 or 89. Might be, though. But certainly is there for a cup of coffee in 1993 as well. Irish whip and a clothesline in the corner by Rogers, and some pretty hard shots. And Rogers managing to um, get him where he needs to be. Irish whip, and ultimately doesn't get everything he wants there. Um, Hits the inverted atomic drop, does Horner, and he manages a situation. Irish whip, and misses the tackle in the corner, does Tim Horner, and take down by Rip Rogers. Rogers with a few chokes along the way. Rogers tries to get things going his way, doesn't get all he wants. Tosses Horner to the outside. Horner comes back in, gets tossed out for a little bit there, and then Rogers and Horner hits things going along the way. Irish whip, and again with the run, attempted backflip or attempted crossbody from the second rope on the inside. Hard shots by by Rogers. Rogers manages to hit a couple of things and a attempted monkey flip. Rogers, though, manages to put feet on the bottom ropes and also almost get a victory with those cheating tactics. Doesn't get everything he wants on those, though. Attempted superplex. Odd that we see two attempted superplexes in the same show, one from Luger and one from Horner and Rogers here. Rogers the one attempting it. The attempted sunset flip there, slip out by Rogers. Rogers manages to go with a pretty hard shot and a double underhook roll up, and Horner manages the backflip bridging pin, getting a victory in the process here. Then we kind of see a Wrestle War 91 ad, clunky looking though it may be, and things kind of going in accordance there. Finally get the Dutch Mantel Flying Brian deal here, and ultimately Dutch Mantel manages to get a toss around there, and tosses Flying Brian to the outside after a bit of a jump start of the match by Brian Pillman. Match goes back into the ring after Pillman is sent into the apron, and a big attempted, I guess you'd say, rope clothesline by Mantel. Mantel doing everything he possibly can to get things going back his way. Brian Pillman gets a couple of near falls using drop kicks, among other higher flying maneuvers, certainly higher flying than Dutch Mantel would ever utilize, but he manages to use the catapult and a victory. Interview by Kevin Sullivan doing his deal with the Freebirds, basically the Freebirds telling Sullivan he needs to hush, and the interview segment almost looks like they're at a bar. Freebirds are Garvin and Hayes at this point. Not exactly a segment worth writing home about. We go with Rick Steiner against Top Gillian. Not exactly worth writing home here either. And attempted roll-ups, can't get all he wants on that. Attempted roll-through hook by Rick Steiner doesn't necessarily pull forward there. His opponent is in pretty basic situations, and hip tosses along the way. Hooks up on the shots and then a clothesline, and then hard shots by Steiner along the manner too. Big attempted, I guess you'd say backbreaker running style into the corner, and ultimately hard shots there. Sends the opponent off the top rope. Steiner doing a little bit of singles work here over these couple of months. I believe Scott Steiner is out with some form of shoulder injury, if I remember correctly. Overhead belly-to-belly suplex and a Steiner line by Rick Steiner gets him the victory here. Then your final match of the day, Lethal Larry Cameron versus Ray Hammer. Cameron, an African-American gentleman who uses everything he can, including a rope clothesline under the bottom rope. Kicks there by Cameron. Cameron manages to do everything he can to get things going in a proper direction, and Cameron then manages to hit some knees in the corner and ultimately, you know, big hip tosses out of the corner and trying to get everything he can, getting it together. Um, Not necessarily the most stunning match. Of course, Cameron from the uh, territory in Calgary with the Hearts. That's basically where he's known. I think he passed away pretty young. Big short clothesline by Cameron, and he manages to get a victory soon thereafter. And Teddy Long supporting his efforts here as we close the show, basically promising that Lethal Larry Cameron going to make a big impact on WCW. Anyway, until next time, keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Until next time, everybody.